much sweating right now, and I checked, it's only 49 degrees outside. So, I wonder why it feels warm, even though it's not literally that warm. It's interesting. I'm excited for the warmer weather because we don't do very well in the state in the cold temperature, so it's all good. I'm just logging into the computer. This week has been fantastic because I was sick, so I worked the entire week at home, and it's not very much the case for me because I work hybrid. But I just felt like I became alive. Working from home makes me so happy, and I wish I had an opportunity to do this full time. Yeah, I just love a consistent routine. Going some days in the office, some days at home. It's just too confusing for my brain to handle. So in the span of the past 20 minutes, I have sent out the agenda for the call. Also reached out to one of my coworkers, and she taught me how she did her split cell situation, and it wasn't split. It was actually merging. It's like really strange the way she did it. It's not very technical, I don't think, but some of the cells you would merge them together so it looks like the cell is split. So yesterday I've been like trying to figure out how to split a cell, and I wasn't getting anywhere close to what she had it, and it was just a very simple trick, but my brain can't process the way that she has done it. So it will take me a while of just acceptance. I feel like, I'm like, no, it should be an easier way, you know, it shouldn't be this way. I'm gonna have to do my makeup really quickly because I'm gonna have a call today, and this is one of our projects that has a lot of people on it. They're accountants, they're project managers. It's like a really massive, one of our biggest, or the biggest project that we have. And it's our quarterly call. It's not a big deal, it's just a routine, but I like to look a little bit presentable. And for the cameras, usually try to put in more makeup than typically I would because it's the quality of the cameras are not very good on the laptops. It was very funny, some research a couple of years ago, and they said ever since working from home became a thing, they realized that plastic surgery increased because people are realized like they're looking at themselves in these crappy cameras. And then you start like wondering, do I really look like this? And honestly, the other trick that I have, if you ever want to do your makeup, grab that equipment piece of like camera, if it's your laptop, or if it's, you know, your iPhone, whatever it is that you're going to be filming at, do your makeup looking at yourself through that angle, because that will give you the most closer to realistic approach looking at. Otherwise, you know, you're gonna do it for yourself looking at the mirror, and it's not gonna look the same. If you're gonna be looking at the camera, it's completely two different things. And if you're doing professional photography or working with a videographer or something, bringing some of your products with you and ask them for a test shot so that you can see how much of it is showing, transferring on the final image, because it usually doesn't. Like, you think you have a lot of makeup, but professional cameras don't capture everything the way that you think they do. Oh my gosh, this was a lighter one. I have two. One of them is lighter, one of them is darker. I was going for the darker because this winter I've been just feeling a little emo. Darker nail polish. And just saving in the lighter stuff for the springtime. I really like this brand. It's or this specific product that they made, this NYX lingerie. They're amazing. So they were created during the COVID time because it's non-transfer. So they were created so that when you're wearing your masks, so it won't transfer. You can see I sometimes put some of it on my cheek because it lasts longer than actual blush, but I do look like a little cute clown right now. You know, this is because I want to make sure on the camera I look good. The colors won't show up. I'm talking about the computer's little camera. How much of it is it gonna show? There we go. And we're gonna put glasses, so I don't need to be putting anything on my eyes today because I'm still recovering, and that's okay. Brushing my hair. Ooh, so tangled up. There we go. We are presentable for our call. Okay, let me show you what I mean by merging. Let's say this is number 1 and this is number 2, okay? And you want to merge these. So you go up here in the home, and where is it? I think I may need to make it bigger. Merge only, keep value. Okay, you see? Then you merge them all together so it looks this way. And then you could go and put a border on it so it looks like this, right? So that's the first option. Then you can have, let's see. Oh no. Border. Okay, so you can see now this one is gonna have another one and another 2. Okay, and then let's say this one is going to be shared between them. So you highlight them, you go over here and then merge. Bam. So then they can continually go ahead and do their own thing. So this is what I've learned, and it's this button here. It's called merge and center. You could do different things with it, but merge and center is what I found out. I thought it was splitting in order to get this, but they don't. So they don't split it. They start on the actual row, right? And then the ones that they wanted to look like this was the main, so they merge it. So it's like a back out around, right? So instead of, I thought this was the actual column, it wasn't. The whole thing was 2. They merged it on the ones that they want to make it look like it was the actual row, and so they kept the split. Because apparently it's harder to split than merge on Excel. It's lunchtime, 1 o'clock, and Josh told me this morning there was a Costco soup, shrimp wonton soup, that he saved for me because it was too spicy for me to eat when I was going through my cold flu situation. So I'm gonna warm this up and eat it for lunch. So I opened up this shrimp soup, and it's pretty sad looking, so small, and definitely doesn't seem to have enough protein for me. So I looked into our fridge to see if I had any other protein option. I found some shrimps, actual physical shrimps, and some fish. I think that's just tilapia.
And then I have a seafood mix. So I'll put some of these in. So I brought in a personal clay pot. I'm just going to transfer this over here, add more water, and then add the protein in there. So we're going to have a nice lunch.
So they definitely don't recommend you to add noodles in the same pot. But we're at lunchtime, don't have enough time to be fancy making two separate cooking pots. It's one pot getting get all figured out situation. So I'm not gonna be so picky. But I feel like the reason why I've heard they don't recommend you to put the noodles in the same pot is because it starts becoming murky. The water is not going to be as clear and starchy looking because of the starch that is part of the noodle. But oh well. You know what? And the other thing is, because my pot is so small, I might actually cut my noodle, which I know there's a whole war is gonna happen if you cut the noodle. But my pot is so small, so it doesn't have room to grow in here. So what can you do? Okay, I'm not showing you this part, so you won't have a heart attack. But you know, it's all going to the same place in the stomach. It really doesn't matter, does it? Don't know why these bubbles are in. So pretty, these bubbles. Okay, I'll show you the masterpiece after. I had some more parsley that I'm trying to get rid of. So I cut them and I'm gonna add it into here. That's the only vegetable I have.
Look how gorgeous it looks. Those are the parsleys are cooking. Just waiting for my fish to cook a little bit more. Maybe I have to just turn on the heat a little bit. Yep. So just waiting for this fish. Maybe I can cut it a little bit. The noodles are cooked. Let's taste. See what the soup tastes like.
It's amazing. The seafood, additional seafood that I added in, they really enhance the flavor. And I think gochujang kind of balanced out the heat as well, because like I said, it's not very hot, but the taste of pepper balanced out that whatever originally they had in. I'm so excited for lunch today. Didn't even think about it's gonna be this amazing. Oh, now it's bubbling. Let me show you. I wanted to sit down and eat it, but I'm kind of late. Took a little longer doing the test that I was doing, and I want to be on what do you call it, the team caller, you know, when you're on so they can see that you are turned on. So that's why I brought it up here, so I can eat it while I'm looking at my inbox. That way if they need me for anything, I am available, but at the same time I can enjoy my food without having to rush and worry. Oh, this is so exciting. I'm gonna pull my hair back and start digging in to this wonderful lunch that I didn't even plan for it. That was a great lunch. I haven't had a warm, cozy lunch like this in such a long time. It really makes you feel better when you have like a warm, fresh meal than, you know, cold prepared already. Because I usually just prepare from the night before, and I eat leftovers all the time. So I just maybe cook once or twice a week. The rest of it is just preparing like sandwiches, I don't know, salad that is cold. So I haven't had a warm food like this in a long time. So I thought about taking a vitamin C pack. I have been taking these regularly the first couple of days that I experienced with the sickness, but I fell off and I haven't used any of it, and I also haven't been taking any of my vitamins. I have been just on the survival, and I haven't moved either. I haven't still made an improvement into physical activity because my chest is very heavy, and whatever the sickness was, it hit into your energy level. So immediately I feel like as soon as I move, that my body's energy is depleting very quickly. So I haven't started on any physical activity yet, but we're getting back into it slowly. So let me take my vitamins. So I make my vitamins into these little containers, so I force myself to take it no matter where I am, if I'm at work, if I'm home, outside. And I take a like regular vitamin as well as what's this called? Which vitamin is it? Is it D? Yes, vitamin D for the light, because I don't really spend a lot of time outside, and that's why I do need to get vitamin C artificially inside of my body, but I've always been very low on vitamin D. I wish I could do more regular outside of the house activities to get exposed more to sun, but working 2 jobs consistently all the time, it really limits me. And I say 2 jobs because on the weekends I usually work photography, sometimes videography and makeup, and so I couldn't consider all of that clustered into my second job. If not anything, then I'll be editing indoors. So yeah, I'm gonna take my vitamins, and I'm gonna actually fill this up because I'm running out. So I have the storage in here. I'll fill it up and then leave it into my bag. That's the plan. These are my vitamins. I'm taking prenatals once daily, and it's from the brand My Kind from Garden of Life. I really liked them. My nutritionist recommended this one to me. And I have a vitamin D from way before. There are 2 different kinds. The colors are changed over time, and it's pretty old. I need to finish this up and then I'll buy new ones. This is the little container that I have. So these are the 3 kinds of medications I use all the time. This is a pain reliever. I use Aleve, and then allergy pills, and then my vitamins. And since I use these throughout the month consistently with the issues that comes up, so then I realized I would have them all in one place, and it has worked so well. But I only have a small little container for the vitamins, so I need to replenish that quickly. That's the only drawback. I started standing up and working for the past hour or so, so I feel amazing about that. And I just made some dinner, so I'll tell you what I'm gonna eat for dinner today. I have leftover tuna sandwich, and I have some snap peas. And over here, this thing that I got from Costco, I have a whole bunch of it. I also have a hungry dog here. Oh, this is the
handle for my stand-up desk. Hungry dog. But she already ate. She ate everything, and she also had a treat. You're not hungry. Let mommy eat. Thank you.
I'm feeling so much better energy-wise. It's at that point in your sickness that you notice you're improving as the day goes by. I'm so excited to feel better, energized. My body heat is normalized. It feels so good to be healthy again. Once you go sick, you're like, wow, I took for granted what health actually means to me. So I'm really happy about that. So I'm gonna finish up my food and work. I think I'm gonna have another 30 minutes of wrapping this up, because at the end of the week, it's Friday today, I have to file reports of all my tasks during the week. It's just the whole thing. So Fridays are actually pretty hectic for me, but it's gonna be great because I'm gonna have 2 days off and then won't work until Monday. Today ended up being one of those days that I'm working constantly. At lunchtime, I just made lunch. I've been eating at my desk, so it's not ideal, but the reason for it is last week was a short week and I got sick, so I was just getting by, so I'm so behind on on all grants. So the past 2 days that I felt a little bit better, I have been trying to stay organized. My emails were getting out of hands. I usually like to take it a little bit harder, if that makes sense, and get things that needs to be done taken care of. And then we have a smooth sailing. So next week is going to be, knock on wood, a little bit easier than this week. However, I'm still like behind in 2 of the invoices and we have another call coming up. So it's going to be easier than this week for sure, but I'm still like trying to catch up, and I had a really bad deadline yesterday or this morning. So yeah, I feel like that has been the case. And shifting also, because you gotta be flexible. You know, when the city went on shutdown, it has been a lot of fears and like people weren't responsive. It's just been a lot happening just because of the weather change, and now we're back in our normal weather in Texas. So life is coming back. So there's a lot of little particles into how your week goes by. Sorry, I'm still like recovering. My chest is congested. But my therapist, but my therapy also got canceled because there's this really bad disease going around, this cold, and her kids got it. And she canceled our session, which is on Wednesday nights, and she moved it to today. So at 7 I have therapy and it's 5:44. I'm still working and I'm like, okay, another 45 minutes to wait for her. I could just do some other work stuff. I'm going through my emails right now, and that's the benefit, right? Everything's online. My therapy's online. I don't have to dress up to go to any office, and she's able to work from home, so that's really sweet, right? So yeah, it's about an hour until my call with her, and I'm like, oh, I could just like put on an audiobook or listen to a podcast while I get ready waiting for her. So then, you know, I knock one thing, even though it's Friday, but you know, what the heck, this week hasn't been a normal week, and I'm just gonna do this. And I feel bad for my dog. Has been just sitting here for a very long time sleeping, but she's old. She's 13 years old, so she's not very active, and she gets really tired quickly. So I guess that's okay.
My call will be until 8 o'clock, and I don't know how much energy I will have then to do something else, but yeah, this is a little projection of how this week has been. Thank you so much for watching this long, and I hope that it wasn't boring coming along with me. The past 2 days has been just getting things done because I was finally feeling better that I could potentially move around. But it was just heavily work related, heavily working, getting my life together at work. All right, I'm gonna sign off from now, but I'm gonna insert anything else I will do until bedtime. Thank you again. Bye. I just finished therapy. I sound so different now. I've been listening to my voice in my headphone because that's what my therapist prefers. And now I feel like, oh, I sound so different when I'm out. Like, I need to be enunciating all the words because it's through like headphones. Anyways, today wasn't bad. I just like passed on some information. I didn't really learn much about myself. It was like just reporting, so it wasn't bad. All right, let's see what we can do. It's 8 o'clock now.